Alwa's Awakening is an 8-bit NES-inspired Metroidvania developed by Elden Pixels. When you get to the title screen, you right away have feelings of nostalgia. The game definitely wears its inspiration on its sleeves. This is a game that is as close as you can get to being an NES game in 2017. If that's what you're looking for, then this is the game for you. When you start out Alwa's Awakening, you're greeted by an old woman who sets you on your quest. She tells you to go retrieve your magic staff, and this staff will be a weapon that you use for the rest of the game. But what makes the staff interesting comes a bit later, after you get through your first dungeon. In each of the dungeons, there's an augment for your staff called a gem, which gives you various abilities. These are the abilities that really make the gameplay interesting. Different parts of the game world are cut off to you until you acquire the correct gem and can use it to get over various obstacles. The first is a simple green block, which you can push around or jump on top of. It can also be used to block projectiles. The simple mechanics behind the abilities are made more compelling because of how they're used. It isn't a case where you'll get an ability, use it once, and then never use it again. Instead, it's integral that you use the various abilities in many different situations. For example, in this boss fight, you have the ability to create a block. Using the block is the best way to successfully defeat the boss. Throughout the game, you'll be using all of your abilities to defeat bosses, not just the latest ability that you get. It's a pretty nice way to do it, without becoming overly complicated. There are also puzzles involving different uses of the abilities. They usually aren't too difficult to get through, and are decently satisfying. Nothing that will have you racking your brain for a significant amount of time, and that can be a good thing, as it doesn't slow down the pace much. One problem that I encountered while playing is a problem that occurred fairly often in old NES games. Backtracking. There are a lot of different obstacles, and you'll have to go through areas multiple times, especially if you don't remember each section completely. This can be a bit frustrating, and cause a bit of drag in the middle sections of the game. The music is probably the best part for me. Almost every track is great, and each area has different music playing. All the music is done with the NES chiptune style, and it's a fantastic backdrop to what you're doing. Even with the backtracking, Alwa's Awakening does the retro-inspired thing well. If NES-style gameplay is what you're looking for, it doesn't get much better than this. You won't find a compelling story or amazing graphics, though the graphics are pretty nice. But the gameplay is fun, and can be played in short bursts or all at once. Alwa's Awakening releases on PC, Mac, and Linux through Steam on February 2nd, 2017. It does get my recommendation, but only for people who are interested in retro-style games. There isn't a lot here for people that aren't fans of that style. But for anyone that is, there is a good 6 to 8 hours of game for you to bite into. This has been my review of Alwa's Awakening, and I'm Melchiorus from Game Clouds. Have a good night, friends.